I'm here guys today to talk about what I know for a fact that talk no jutsu is a genjutsu, full stop, and I'm tired of people trying to disrespect Naruto by saying all he does is talk to his enemies and then he beats them. And I'm sure you've seen plenty of these memes before in your time being on the internet of any part of the anime community where Naruto must have the most godly power in all of anime, with the essentially, no matter who the villain is, no matter what they've been through, he'll find a way to talk them down and they'll stop being a villain, which I'm here to debunk entirely. This is not the case, and Naruto actually beats people physically before he beats them morally. Let's look at the notion of these talk no jutsu victims. There's only two here he didn't actually physically fight, but everyone else, he had to beat them physically before he beat them morally. Let's go with Neji versus Naruto, which for the majority of the fight, Neji was beating the absolute brakes off this boy. In fact, let's roll the clip and show you some of the highlights from this fight. And the thing about this fight is Naruto was not doing the best in the beginning. He was kind of getting finessed for the majority of the fight. Neji was given like little to no effort and just always finding an opening to just sock him in the face, sock him in the chest, destroy his chakra network. That was like his whole game plan. Naruto, of course, is trying to figure out what he can do to this guy, so he starts pulling out his most classic bag, Shadow Clone Jutsu. And again, with Neji having the Byakugan and fighting Lee all the time, he is very well equipped at fighting a Taijutsu user, and Naruto didn't really have anything this time. Remember, this is Naruto pre-Rasengan and pre-using the Nine Tails. Like, he didn't really have a lot in his bag of tricks. So in relation to that, like, I don't see where people began with the idea that talking to Jutsu is the key to his victories. Like, he gets beat up quite a bit in this show, like at least early on. And of course, it's fights like this that show you how far Naruto had to come in order to become, well, reputable ninja. But also, like, look at that. Look at this clone. The abuse this man was going through during this fight. And then Naruto pulls out a signature move later, the Naruto Ninja Handbook, before it was named, and then just bum rushed him. Jump a nigga jutsu. It's kind of like his whole gag. And then, oh, oof. This was not, which I'm kind of confused. Why did it took so long for him just to send all the clones in at once? I mean, sure, he's got the Byakugan, but still, I think jumping one dude with 30 people should do enough, but he gets caught. But of course, Naruto has some level of IQ and gave a plan, but that plan meant nothing. Then it leads into the part of the fight where things got spicy, where Naruto used his training, used KCM mode 0, as we call it, and was able to use the Nine Tails chakra to overpower Neji, outspeed him, and had him on the ropes. Because he's like, I turned off all his chakra, this should be an easy dub. Then Naruto's like, you know what? Let me give you a quick life lesson.
It may be the Hyuga way to cave into destiny, it's not mine! If you think it's futile to fight, then don't! Just stand there and take it!
Quickly, must use my rotation!
I'll change the way of the Hyuga class!
Typical anime clash, big explosion, Naruto looks like he's defeated, but then the Shoryuken heard around the world in Naruto was given to Neji. Keep in mind, this was a one-hit win. Like, Naruto did not touch this man the entirety of the fight, and then hit him with the classic uppercut.
My clones were pathetic. That's right. I flunked the Shadow Clone Jutsu every time. You can do it too, because after all, unlike me, you're not a failure.
Beaten physically, then morally.
The winner is Naruto Uzumaki.
Then in the course of that same day, Naruto would go on to fight Gaara and give him a taste of what it means to truly fight for those who you care about. This was a surprise to everybody there. Everyone was shook by the sheer number of clones Naruto just dropped, which is wild if you think about the training exams. I mean, saw Naruto make maybe like 50, 60 clones. Here, he casually made 2,000 clones and dropped the hardest line of time for Naruto's Ninja Handbook, which I wish he would pull out more in the series. But then he hit Gaara with this 2K Uzumaki barrage. Only hands, no words. Which is wild because, before this, he was actually talking kind of heavy that he was going to be the guy to take out Gaara because Sasuke was unable to. And then over the course of this fight, to tail end, when Naruto was running out of gas, he had to use the Nine Tails chakra again to essentially go for the final blow and take Gaara out for good. Again, this is just prime evidence that Naruto has never been this person who prioritizes talking to his opponents before he beats them to a pulp. Like, he didn't have a choice in this matter. He had to stop Gaara, because if he didn't stop Gaara, Sakura was going to die. She was going to suffocate to death against that tree. So he put everything he had into this fight and took out a Jinchuriki without having really any true use of his own Nine-Tails chakra outside of a quick power boost. And I'd like to remind, this didn't even finish the fight. Naruto had to, again, punch this man and tell him to go to sleep. Because Gaara, doesn't get any good sleep. But that was the end of this fight. And it was at that point, after they're on the ground, no strength, no power, that's when Naruto decides it's time to start preaching his words. Let's roll the clip real quick.
お前の気持ちはなんでかな痛いほどわかるんだってばよ一人ぼっちのあの苦しみは半端じゃねえよななんでお前は他人のためにここまでリボッチはあの地獄から救ってくれた俺の存在を認めてくれた
Gaara at that point started to realize that love is actually a powerful motivator and a powerful tool to get stronger. And Naruto was ready to keep running the ones with him just because he didn't know that Sakura was okay. Another testament to his strength. Now it's time for probably the most infamous one of all, and that's Naruto versus Pain. And again, the most talked about, probably the most favorite memory in most Naruto fans within the series, is this fight when Naruto finally shows up to become the hero of the village and has to fight Pain, and even chooses to fight Pain 1v1. See, the craziest part about this fight, if you really think about it, is that Naruto pieced up like 4 to 5 Pains by himself before even Kurama showed up in this fight. Like, he was just handling business, because that's what Naruto does. He handles business. There was no talking. He just wanted smoke, because to his mind, all he sees right now is the person who killed his master and the one who destroyed his home. Now we have the second Pain casualty. In the span of I think 2 or 3 minutes, Naruto's already dropped 2 bodies of Pain, and then he's moving on to his third victim, the Summoner Pain, and the Summoner's gotta go. Gotta go by basic rules of engagement. Oh, there's a Summoner, and they'll stay in the back? Well, time to bum rush them, hit them with the sneak attack, and there goes the Summon Pain. Then it leads down to the Deva Path, and you get to see Naruto once again showing off his hands and taijutsu that he's mastered over the course of these series. On top of the fact, he's already dropped the Human Path phase, so now it's just the Deva Path he's got to swap hands with, and he was working him until, of course, Hinata kind of got involved. Now we move toward the end of the fight when Naruto was on his last legs and hit Pain with the classic I'ma shed all my clones at you, jump a nigga jutsu. But of course, Deva Path still had some fire left in the tank, but Naruto, being, as smart as he is, realized he can use the shadow clones as a buffer, and then he threw himself. Did not let Pain charge back up to push him back, and therefore he dropped the last Pain before having to go talk to Nagato. Now, before we get to the clip of him talking, think about it. He's beaten every single one of these Pains before he got a chance to talk to Nagato.
どんなに痛いことがあっても歩いてくそれがナルトだ
お前は不思議なやつだ昔の俺を思い出させる
ナガト
お前を信じてみよう下道輪廻転生の術
This is another highlighting that Naruto beat Pain down physically before beating him morally, and in the result ended up saving a lot of lives of the village. And then there's the most infamous one, I think, in the list next to Pain, being Obito. After all the planning, all the things he went through for this Moon Eye plan, people think he was so easily defeated by Naruto just simply talking to him. That's not what happened. Let's roll the clip of exactly what happened to Obito in this fight sequence when he fought the ninja army. The storytelling is also eloquent if you think about it, in the fact that what it took to take down Obito wasn't just simply Naruto and Sasuke working together, but it was the combination of Leaf Shinobi all coming together to help defeat a former Leaf Shinobi. This started out as a story of 12 ninjas going to the academy, and then we get to the climax of the story when all of them coming together to help the 2 knuckleheads and special characters of Naruto and Sasuke, all working together to defeat who is currently the big bad, another Leaf Shinobi who happened to fall on the wrong path. And it's such a heartfelt story, actually, if you think about it, in that the village always takes care of their own. And then you get to see where the seeds finally come to fruition, where Obito sees himself in Naruto for the first time fully and starts to understand that maybe, just maybe, he's not supposed to be doing this. He's supposed to be on their side. He was supposed to be someone like Naruto. It was at this point where reflection started to hit this man, and Naruto being connected to his chakra now, we get to start seeing some of Obito's backstory. We get to see what he went through, and the thing you know about Naruto is that chakra can carry feelings and memories, so Naruto is experiencing everything that Obito was experiencing in these flashbacks. It was at this point we go into the realm in between with the chakra, or one dimension, because there's only really a way to talk about this, and that's when Naruto and Obito finally get a chance to talk mano a mano.
言ったろ絶対その面ひっぺがしてやるってよ
Now, of course, Obito doesn't want to hear it. Obito has been spending the better part of 20 years to this one plan to get revenge on this ninja world that did him wrong and did his people dirty. Like, he lost the love of his life, everything, just due to the fact it's ninja world. And he lost himself. And it wasn't until he started seeing himself in another ninja who's also experienced loss that he really started to question the agenda. We really start hitting him where it hurts. The one thing that always has motivated him since day one, and that's Rin. And when you look at it, this is all happening simultaneously while they are pulling all the tailed beasts out of his body. They are trying to get rid of the 10-tailed Jinchuriki, while Naruto is also beating him morally inside the chakra dimension. And with a great tug of war, the Jinchuriki and their tailed beasts are freed, letting the chakra out, and thus we have finally depowered and defeated Obito, both morally and physically. And that's just who Naruto is. Naruto beats all his opponents physically and morally every single time. I want to thank you all for coming to another video by OG Nerd King, and I'm sick and tired of this narrative. Hopefully people realize that talk no jutsu is just a genjutsu. Naruto has never once and never will beat somebody by just talking to them. He puts his hands on them and they stop acting up. Thank you, good night.